Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@of Affairscloud.com. This is our email ID and you can contact us on our mobile phone, that is 9677333386.
Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 20th of January. The session will be very interesting, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start with the revision part first. As usual, friends, I'll suggest you all to make notes. Making notes is a very good habit. So let's move to the first part. First is, recently a new dust control technology has been invented by CMPDIL. What is this? This is a Central Mine Planning and Design Institute Limited that has recently invented a system and method for controlling generation and movement of fugitive dust during mining. Alright, during the process of mining, we know the dust particles are released into the atmosphere, and with the help of the movement of air, these dust particles will travel to a very vast location. Alright, in order to control that movement of those dust particles, this new dust control technology was developed by CMPDIL. Next, recently India has assumed the presidency of IRENA, and this will be the 13th summit of this IRENA. Alright, that is your International Renewable Energy Agency. Alright, highly important. Also, India is having the presidency of G20. Theme here is Vasudev Kutumbakam. India is also will be hosting the summit for Y20, that is Youth 20, that comes under G20 only for the first time. If asked about COP28, it will be hosted by United Arab Emirates. FIH Hockey World Cup is currently going on in India. It is in Odisha for the year 2023 in Rourkela and Bhubaneswar, and Rourkela will have the biggest hockey stadium for India. Here you can see the 13th assembly for IRENA, that is based on the what theme? World Energy Transitions, the Global Stocktake. The objective here is to establish energy transition priorities in advance of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, that is the 28th session of the Conference of Parties, that is COP28. Next, Adani Enterprise. Adani Enterprise has recently tied up with Ashok Leland and your Ballard Group. I repeat, Adani Group will be tying up with Ashok Leyland and Ballard Group. This Ballard company is a power company. This is of Canada. And these three organizations together will be developing Asia's first hydrogen powered mining truck. Here see Adani Group, Ashok Leyland and Ballard Group. When these three organizations will come together, they will be developing what? They will be developing Asia's first hydrogen powered mining truck. All right. Next we are talking about Sainya Ranakshetram 2.0. This was organized to in order to control cyber threat. It was organized by Indian Army in order to control cyber threats. All right, that is Sainya Ranakshetram 2.0. It was a seminar cum workshop based on cyber security. Varuna. Varuna is the name of the exercise that is conducted between the navies of two countries, that is India and France. Then next thing, remember this is the 21st edition. Then between India and France in 2015, another pact, International Solar Alliance, was also set, the headquarters of which is in Gurugram, Haryana. Next is your National Company Law Tribunal has allowed the transfer of the ownership of Jet Airways to Jalan Kalrock Consortium. I repeat, on 13th of January 2023, National Company Law Tribunal, that is your NCLT, has allowed the transfer of the ownership of the Jet Airways to the Jalan Kalrock Consortium. This is due to the financial crisis of the Jet Airways has closed up its operations in April 2019, after which it went into a resolution process under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. This revival plan submitted by the JKC was cleared by Jet Committee of the Creditors in October 2020, and NCLT has approved the revival plan in the month of June 2021. Next remember recently, and this is an important one, MV Ganga Vilas. This is the world's longest river cruise ship that has been inaugurated or flagged off by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Alright, this will be from UP to Assam or in Varanasi in UP to Dibrugarh in Assam. Alright, and this will be the world's longest river cruise from Varanasi in UP to Dibrugarh, Assam. Highly important, friends. If we talk about this only, this will be a 51-day long journey. This will be a 32-kilometer journey from Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh to Dibrugarh, Assam. This will be going through 27 river system, and the country that it will be crossing is your Bangladesh. The first trip of the cruise hosts 32 tourists from Switzerland, and the river cruise is aimed to promote tourism and create new job opportunities in the sector. The expected date of the arrival of MV Ganga Vilas in Dibrugarh is on 1st of March 2023. This MV Ganga Vilas, this is the first of its kind cruise service that is offered by the Inland Waterways Authority of India IWAI, and that is under the Ministry of Shipping, Ports and Waterways. PM Modi noted that more river cruise systems are being developed in various parts of India. Next, ICGS Kamala Devi. This is the fifth and the last fast patrol vessel series that was commissioned in Kolkata, West Bengal, and it is being developed by GRSE, that is your Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. So that's all for the day, friends, for revision part. Now let's move to the important current affairs of the day. First news. First, we are talking about Ministry of Minority Affairs has discontinued Padho Pradesh scheme. Now, what is this scheme that has been recently discontinued? If you talk about this Padho Pradesh scheme, this was launched in the month of June in 2006. This was launched as a part of Prime Minister's 15-point program of Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of India during this period, that is of 2006. So Padho Pradesh scheme, this was launched during the term of Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh in 2006 in June month. The main aim of this program was to provide an interest subsidy to meritorious students from economically weaker section and to help them in their future education. It was designed to improve their employability and give them better prospects for higher education such as masters, MPhil and PhD level abroad. The Government of India also covered the interest payable by students availing education loans under this IB education loan scheme. Also, after the completion of the moratorium term period, the student is required to pay an interest on the remaining loan amount in accordance with the current education loan scheme. All the schemes, only candidates both employed and employed with a total yearly income of less than 6 lakh are eligible for the interest subsidy here. The scheme also reserves 35% of the seats for women, and if no female students are available, seat can be transferred to the male students. Then coming back, it was your Ministry of Minority Affairs that has recently discontinued this Padho Pradesh scheme of interest subsidy on education loans for the overseas students for their students belonging to the minority communities. The scheme was implemented by which bank? The scheme was implemented by Canara Bank, which served as the scheme's designated nodal bank and will be phased out in 22-23. According to the Ministry of Minority Affairs' most recent annual report, Canara Bank received an annual amount of 20.20 crore to reimburse interest subsidies paid to fresh plus renewable candidates under the fiscal year 21. Alright, so this scheme has been discontinued now. Moving on, next news. Next is India has ranked 4th globally for tech VC investments in 2022. What is it? First of all, see, we know that in India there is a startup culture going on. Each and every individual want to be a part of something big and they want to start their own venture. They want to have their own companies. They want to become entrepreneurs. So recently a report was released by Deal Room and London Partners. Alright, I repeat, recently Deal Room and London Partners has released a report that stated that India ranked 4th globally with $24.1 billion worth of venture capital investments in 2022. And if we are talking about this state, who has topped here? It was topped by United States of America, was on the first position with $233.3 billion of venture capital investment. All right, who released this report? It was Deal Room and London Partners. They released this report of various tech venture capital investments in 2022. India was on 4th position. USA has topped the position with $233 billion with tech venture capital investment. It was followed by China on the 2nd position with $48 billion investment, and United Kingdom on 3rd position with $29.9 billion investment. If we are talking about the states in India, then Bangalore was on the top here. All right. Next is United Nations General Assembly has adopted a resolution, and that resolution is for the education for democracy that has reaffirmed the right of education for all and has contributed to strengthening of democracy. I repeat, recently United Nations General Assembly has adopted a resolution, and the resolution was basically education for democracy. And with this we can say that it means that education for all only. All right, and here the rights has been strengthened for the people who want to get educated. And also remember this resolution, that is the education for democracy, it was co-sponsored by which country? It was co-sponsored by India. Important term that you need to remember. All right, definitely it can be asked. This resolution will recognize the importance of ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and lifelong learning opportunities for all. It also encourages member states to integrate education for democracy into their education standards. In 2015, a similar resolution was passed at the Assembly encouraging all UN entities to use education to promote peace and human rights and democracy. If we talk about United Nations General Assembly, can you tell me where is the headquarter? It is in New York. And when was it established? It was in 1945 that this was established. Next. Next, remember, recently, poorest learners benefit from the public education funding as per the data released by UNICEF. That is your United Nations Children's Fund has recently reported a title that is Transforming Education with Equitable Financing. This is the name of the report. Here you can see it was released by UNICEF and it stated that globally the children from the poorest households benefit the least from the national public education funding in both lower and middle income countries. That means the people who are belonging to the lower strata of the economy, lower strata of the country, for whom actually these schemes are being made, those are the people that are benefiting the least from these national public education funding. Only 16% of the public funding for education goes to the poorest 20% of the learners, while the richest benefit from the 28% of it. The report examines the data on government spending across pre-primary, primary, secondary, and tertiary education from 102 countries. Among the low income countries, only 11% of public education funding goes to the poorest learners, while 42% goes to the richest person. Compared to the children from the poorest households, the children from the wealthiest households benefit more from than 6 times the amount of public funding for education. All right, in middle income countries, the richest learner receives around 4 times more than the 4 times spending compared to the poorest people. All right. Apart from this, the report also stated that children living in poverty are less likely to have access to school and drop out sooner. The education system across the globe was largely failing since millions of school going children did not grasp basic reading or mathematic skills. All right, if we talk about UNICEF, where is the headquarter of UNICEF? It is in New York, USA. Where is the headquarter of UNESCO? It is in Paris, France. And in Paris only, the Olympic Games for 2024 will be held. Next, with $10.8 billion, Bangalore has topped city on the startup funding in 2022 as per the data released by Traction. Traction recently, it is a leading global market intelligence platform that is based out of Bangalore, Karnataka, and they have released a data that stated that Bangalore is the top city in India for startup funding in 2022. Bangalore was followed by Mumbai and Mumbai was followed by Gurugram. All right, and if we talk about the funding that was seen in Bangalore, Karnataka, that was on the top position, was around of $10.8 billion. Then in Mumbai around $3.9 billion. Then in Gurugram around $2.6 billion. So this data was raised by Traction, that is a leading global market intelligence platform that is based out of Bangalore, Karnataka. All right, and it also stated that Bangalore has secured the top position. Bangalore, Karnataka has secured the top position in the funding in India with around $10.8 billion in Bangalore to $3.9 billion in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and $2.6 billion in Gurugram, Haryana. Also, startups in both Chennai and Delhi also registered a $1.2 billion each in funding, and Pune was at $1 billion funding. Also, here remember Byju's that has topped the list of the highest funding that was raised in 2022 with over $1.2 billion from the existing investors. This amount to almost 50% of the total funding received in the edtech sector. All right. Next. Next is Punjab National Bank became the first PSB. PSB is your public sector bank. So Punjab National Bank became the first public sector bank to launch credit card against the FDs digitally. So basically remember Punjab National Bank has released two types of consumer credit card. One is your PNB Global Gold and one is your PNB Global Classic. These are designed to meet the various income levels and customer needs. The PNB credit card will initially be offered at 84 locations and this will have no joining fee or renewal fee, annual fee or any fuel charge. Customers of the bank can get a Rupee or a Visa credit card digitally in exchange for a single or multiple FDs with an 80% credit limit. Alright, and here if we talk about the FD of this, that means here basically what it is saying is go and do FD, fixed deposit in your bank, and based on that fixed deposit only you will be getting the credit cards. Alright, the interest rate on 1 to 3 year term deposit under 2 crore rupees has been increased by 50 basis point, that is now 6.75%. That was previously 6.25%. If we talk about Punjab National Bank, who is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Atul Kumar Goyal. When was this established? It was in 1894 that this was established. Headquarters is in New Delhi. Next, one more thing, remember SBI has raised around 9,718 crore rupee via second infrastructure bond issuance. Alright, and it was issued at a rate of 7.7% per annum for a 15-year bond. The pricing of 7.7% represent a spread of 17 basis point over the government security curve. Next we will be talking about EY. EY, what is it? It is Ernst and Young. So recently an estimate that was released by a consulting firm Ernst and Young in its report, that is India at the rate of 100, realizing the potential of a $26 trillion economy. India's economy will reach $26 trillion by 2047. I repeat, according to the estimates released by the consulting firm EY, the report was India at 100, realizing the potential of a $26 trillion economy. And in this report, it was stated by EY that India will reach a $26 trillion economy by the year 2047. The year 2047 will mark the 100th year of the India's independence, and the per capita income is expected to increase to $15,000, which will place India among the ranks of the developed economies. The report was released by Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, who is our Minister for Electronics and Information and Technologies. This was launched on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum that is being held in Davos. Where is Davos? Davos is in Switzerland. The report underscores the growth trajectory of Indian economy that is projected to be the highest for any large economy over the coming decade. Under the most preferred scenario, India is likely to cross the critical threshold of $5 trillion, $10 trillion and $20 trillion in fiscal year 28, 36 and 45 respectively. Then EY has recognized some key enablers of growth that will impact the sectors in India that will play a crucial roles, such as World Information Technology and Service Hub, digitalization, reshaping the demographic dividend, making domestic manufacturing competitive, building the infrastructure of the future, transition of sustainable energy. Some policy recommendation has also been given. If we talk about where is the headquarter of ENY, the headquarter is in London, UK. Moving on to the next news. Next, we are talking about awards. On the occasion of the 16th January, that is observed as National Startup Day. National Startup Day. And I want you all to remember this date, that is 16th of January, and 15th of January is observed as your Indian Army Day. And remember 16th of January as your National Startup Day. So on the occasion of the National Startup Day, that is on 16th of January, Piyush Goyal, our Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Textiles, has recently facilitated the winners of the National Startup Award during the award ceremony that was held in New Delhi. Also remember, Piyush Goyal has also launched a Marg platform. Has also launched this Marg platform. What is this Marg? This stands for Mentorship, Advisory, Assistance, Resilience and Growth. I repeat, Marg here stands for Mentor, Advisory, Assistance, Resilience and Growth. This was launched by Union Minister Piyush Goyal ji. Alright, then if we talk about this National Startup Day, this is annually observed across the India on 16th of January, and this is basically celebrated to spread celebrated to celebrate the spirit of the Indian startup ecosystem. This day also marks the founding day of the Startup India, and the observance of the National Startup Day is organized by DPIIT. So who organized this National Startup Day in India on 16th of January? It is DPIIT. Also remember, in the year 2022, it was the second edition of this National Startup Day that has been observed. Also, National Startup Day 2023 marks the completion of the 7 years of startup in India. Alright, this was day we are talking about on 16th of January. But if it is asked when is your Startup India Innovation Week observed, it is from 10 to 16th of January that we observe National Startup India Innovation Week. Alright friends, next is UN Habitat Awards. UN Habitat or UN Habitat World Habitat Awards for 2023. Here Odisha has won the bronze award for slum upgradation program, that is Jagga Mission. Odisha has won the bronze award in the United Nations Human Settlement Program, that is World Habitat Awards for 2023 for the Jagga Mission. This is a 5G program of the state, that is transparency, technology, basically 5T here stands for transparency, technology, teamwork, time and transformation. If we are talking about Jagga Mission, Odisha Livable Habitat Mission, it is one of the largest land titling and slum upgrading initiative, and it is one of the largest in the world. This Jagga Mission is an ongoing project in Odisha that is aiming at improving the lives of the slum dwellers. Alright, in order to improve the quality of the life of slum dwellers, it uses a comprehensive strategy to combat poverty, focusing on 3 issues basically. Alright, that is to provide them better health, to provide them better education, and to provide them shelter and better food. Also here around 2,919 slums in the state will be upgraded in the state of Odisha. So this recently, remember, UN Habitat World's Habitat Award for 2023 was given to Odisha, or Odisha has won the bronze award here for slum upgradation program, that is your Jagga Mission. Next, UNGA, United Nations General Assembly, has confirmed Inger Edison for the second term as the Executive Director of United Nations Environment Program. Headquarter of United Nations Environment Program is in Nairobi, Kenya. Alright, on 18th of January, United Nations General Assembly elected Inger Ederson of Denmark as the executive director of UNEP, and she will be here in the term for 4 years. That will be beginning from 15th of June 2023 to 14th of June 2027. She is currently serving her initial 4th term from 2019 to 2023. Alright, highly important. If we talk about Inger Anderson, as you can see here in the picture, she started her career from Sudan in 1983, where she worked initially as an English teacher under the UK funded English Teachers Program. She has spent almost 12 years working for the United Nations in New York at the UN Sudan Sahelian Office, that is UNSO, that was now in Nairobi, Kenya. She oversaw the global environment portfolio in 22 Arab nations, where she was appointed the Global Environment Facility Coordinator for MENA at UNDP in 1992. Alright, so remember who has been appointed as the Executive Director for the 2nd term at United Nations Environment Program. She is Inger Ederson. As you can see her 1st term period is from 2019 to 2023, and now from 2023 to 2027. Next we are talking about Sujit Sharma. Sujit Sharma has joined the Vodafone Idea as the VP Active Network and Commercial. I repeat, Sujit Sharma has joined Vodafone India as Vice President of Active Network and Commercial, where he will be in charge of the procurement for the company. Prior to joining Vodafone India, that is VI, he has been working at the Bharti Airtel for 15 years, where he last had the position of Vice President and Head of Infrastructure Procurement and Operation. In 2007, he joined Airtel as Senior Manager in the Supply Chain Management, and then he spent 6 years at the Easterwell Idea Cellular, that is now Vodafone India, from 2001 to 2007. And now he has joined Vodafone as the Vice President, that is your of Active Network and Commercial, where he will be in charge of procurement for the company. Sujit Sharma. Next we are talking about environment. Norway archaeologist has found the world's oldest runestone. I repeat, archaeologists in Norway have found the oldest runestone in the world. The inscriptions are of about 2000 years old and date back to the earliest days of the enigmatic history of their runic writing in Oslo, Norway. The runestone, which is measured 31 by 32 centimeters, has numerous inscriptions that include runes and letters related to the Germanic alphabet. 8 runes on the front of the stone read Eidberg. The runestone was discovered in 2001 during the evacuation of grave at the west of Oslo, Norway, in a region known for many monumental archaeological findings. Alright, next we are talking about sports. Welsh footballer Gareth Bale has retired from the international and club football. 33-year-old Gareth Bale, that is a 5-time Champions League winner with Real Madrid and Wales men all-time leading goal scorer, has announced his retirement from the international and club football with immediate effect. He holds the record for being named Welsh Player of the Year for a record 6 times. Next we are talking about obituary. Gambian Vice President Badara Aliou Diouf passed away in India. Alright, I repeat, Badara Aliou Diouf, the Vice President of the Republic of Gambia, that is West African country, passed away in India at the age of 65. Alright. Next is PRabha Bin Shah has also passed away. If we talk about her, PRabha Bin Shah, remember she's a social worker from Union Territory, that is Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. She passed away at the age of 92. Alright, she was a Padma Shri awardee. Apart from this, remember she was born in the year 1930 in Bardoli district of Surat, Gujarat, and she settled in Daman and Diu in 1963. Prabha Bin Shah, she was fondly known by the name Daman Ki Divya. Alright, and she organized various canteens for the poor. She coordinated All India Women Council, that is Vatra Banks, to assist Gujarat flood victims. Since childhood only, she was attracted to the Swaraj Ashram in Bardoli, Gujarat, and was influenced by the Gandhian ideology. Next. Next is 18th edition of the National Disaster Response Force Raising Day. It is observed on 19th of January 2023. So remember, 18th edition of the NDRF, that is National Disaster Response Force Raising Day, is annually observed across India on 19th of January to commemorate the establishment of NDRF under the Ministry of Home Affairs on 19th of January 2006. This year in 2023, it marks the 18th edition of NDRF Raising Day, and the first ever edition of the NDRF Raising Day was observed on 19th of January 2006. Here, NDF has a specialist force that is prepared to respond in various disasters, including man-made and natural disaster. Who is the Director General of this NDRF? Atul Karwalji. Where is the headquarters? The headquarters is in New Delhi. And remember, this was the 18th edition of this National Disaster Response Force Raising Day. So that's all for the day, friends. Now let's go for a quick revision. Ministry of Minority Affairs has discontinued Padho Pradesh scheme. India has ranked 4th globally for tech venture capital investment in 2022, and USA has topped here. United Nations General Assembly has adopted resolution on education for democracy, co-sponsored by India. Then, poorest learners benefit the least from the national public education funding as per the UNICEF report. With $10.8 billion funding, Bangalore secured the top position on startup funding in 2022 as per TraxCon data. PNB became the first public sector bank to launch credit card against the FDs digitally. SBI has raised 9,718 crore rupees via second infrastructure bond issuance. EY report projects Indian economy to be $26 trillion by 2047. Then Union Minister Piyush Goyal has facilitated the National Startup Awards 2022 winners. UN Habitat's World Habitat Award 2023 was released, and Odisha has won the Bronze Award for Slum Upgradation Program, that is Jagga Mission. United Nations General Assembly has confirmed Inger Ederson for the second term as the Executive Director of UNEP. Sujit Sharma has joined Vodafone India as the VP Active Network and Commercial. Norway archaeologist finds world's oldest runestone. Welsh footballer Gareth Bale has retired from the international and club football. Gambian Vice President Badara Elius Joff has passed away in India. Padma Shri awardee Prabha Bin Shah has also passed away. 18th edition of NDRF Raising Day is observed on 19th of January 2023. So that's all for the day, friends. I hope you have enjoyed our session. So friends, that was all our session for the day, and no homework question is given to you in today's video. It will be continued from tomorrow. Also friends, if you have any problem, or if you want us to continue with such sessions and you find those sessions that we are doing on daily basis are interesting and they are useful and they are informative, then all you have to do is like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views on such sessions. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, If you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.